Hey guys, Tom Fernandez with your social media lead generation tips, helping social media marketers like you get ahead on social media. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about how to create content ahead so that you can have one day out of your week where you're creating all your content for the whole month. And I'm going to get into that. But before I do, go ahead and click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified every time I post videos just like this. All right, guys, so let's get into it. What are the benefits of creating content ahead? Creating content ahead provides you with the ability to have content already scheduled for the entire month. You can have a whole day filled in your schedule, either your month or your week, where you're creating content. And what happens is you get to become more creative. You have the opportunity to run it by people before you publish it, and it allows you to create a pattern of content so that people can start following you more and people can start responding to your content. A lot of times we see people who kind of wing it and they create content on the fly, and you can tell the difference between the two. So professionals like to prepare and do things ahead of time, and it also helps with your calendar and your schedule. A lot of us live, like in a previous video I mentioned, busy lives. So when you create content ahead of time, that allows you to be prepared and combat anything that tries to get in your way of creating content. There have been times when me as an entrepreneur, I try to wing it and something gets in the way and takes my whole day. And guess what? 1 or 2 days pass and I haven't created content. So the answer to that is creating content ahead, picking a day of the week where you can just create a bunch of content so that you can stay on course with your social media marketing regimen and so that you don't miss a beat. So how do you create, what is the several steps in order to create content ahead of time? So number one is you want to make sure that you fill out your social media content calendar. So understand, what days you're going to post, and understand the frequency of each day. So maybe you're going to post once a day, and then the other thing you want to do is what type of post is it going to be? So when I talk about spreading out content throughout the month, I always try to have a variety of content. Maybe it's a post with a picture, maybe it's a quote, maybe it's a video, maybe it's a long video, maybe it's a shorter video, maybe it's a Facebook Live. So what you got to do is sit down with your calendar and plan out ahead for the month. What is your content regimen going to be? And once you do that, total it up. Okay, so I have 3 videos to make or 5 videos to make. I have 16 pictures to create, and I have this many just posts with pictures to create. Once you know how much content you need to make, the second step is you can start categorizing it. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do a blog post for this topic. I'm gonna go ahead and do pictures for this topic. I'm gonna go ahead and do videos for this topic, and then also ahead of time start putting titles with what you're gonna talk about. So do your research, find out exactly the bullet points you're gonna need. Take a pen and pad and a notebook, and with that pen and pad and that notebook, title the first one, video one, and answer whatever question you're answering. These are the 3 benefits of whatever you're going to talk about. Write them down so and then do number 2, number 3, number 4, so that you have an outline of what you're going to talk about and what type of content it's going to be. Once you're done with that, the next step is to create and edit your content. So in creating and editing your content, you got to understand, okay, what resources do I need? Am I going to need, some good lighting? Am I going to need a back green screen? Am I going to need a microphone? What type of software editing is somebody going to edit my videos for me, or am I going to download some software myself? And I'll recommend two if you're using a mobile device. One of them is InShot. InShot is a quick way to kind of edit videos for social media, especially short videos like 1 or 2 or 3 minutes, to add some quick text, nothing too fancy. And I'll go ahead and make sure I put that here on the video. The second one is Power Director. If you want to do in-depth full editing of videos and you feel like you're savvy of doing that, download Power Director. You pay like $10 a quarter, which is every 3-4 months, and you have access to a full-blown software editing for videos. The next one is what type of picture program are you going to use? I know previously I mentioned when you create pictures with quotes, WordSwag is good. But maybe you want to use, you want to do full-blown graphics in different type of images for your social media account. Canva, Canva, that's a good one to use. So you got to sort out your resources and have them ready to go, so your steps in doing so. Then it's creating your content. It's sitting down, making sure that you have structured content, and the bulk of your time is going to be spent on doing videos like this, where you sit down, you have your pen and paper ready, sitting in front of you with your bullet points, and you make sure that your videos are good content, easy, kind of easy to understand. You articulate yourself pretty well, and that it's good lighting. The basics. Once you're done with your videos and once you're done with your pictures, you just kind of add some verbiage to each of the posts. And then the next step is scheduling it. Picking a software like I mentioned in a previous post, like Hootsuite, and saying, going in there, either on your laptop or wherever you recorded your content from, and edit it, and start to literally find the date and time that you're going to do it, upload it, schedule it, and what happens is that's automatically scheduled to go out those days. It is a process, but what I recommend is schedule maybe 8 to 12 hours of your day. If you're going to do this, it's an all day type of project. It's not like a few hours. And say, you know what, I'm going to dedicate my entire day to creating this content. So just to kind of go over the steps, step one was, complete your calendar, know what content, when you're going to put content out there. Total up the content. Okay, this is how many pieces of content I'm going to create today. Step two, categorize it. This is going to be, if you blog, this many blogs for the month. If you do videos, this many videos, this many images, this many quotes, this many story posts, and start organizing it. The next step is to create and edit. In creating and editing your content, know what resources you're going to use. Make sure that your videos are probably going to be the most important part of creating content. Everything else is a bit easier. Good lighting, good sound. And then last but not least, once the content is created and edited, you can now schedule it to be broadcasted on your social media account. It's pretty simple, nothing too complicated. The hard work is putting in the work, focusing for 12 hours of your day in creating content. But once you do that, it's very rewarding, because the rest of your month is now free to kind of just, you can post on your storyline, instead of just posting, creating content. Spend time documenting your day, or responding to clients, and doing more money making activities, because the content was already created. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, I have a free training for you guys. It's 10 days of lead generation tips, where for 10 days, every day I'll send you a different type of post, different type of content, or something you can do on social media to start generating leads and getting attention. Just go ahead, click on the link in the description, type in your name and email, and I'll send it right over. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube. As always, your success is important to me, guys. I'll see you guys out there.